Always a hero, never a son, by origamiSnow. Summary: all Chad wanted was to be loved, but in the Sterling house, you're a hero first and family second. And to be a hero, you must be prepared for sacrifice. Mama, why does no one like me? Chad looked up to the woman, savior of all humanity, hero to all mankind, his mother last of all. He looked up to her as any child would their parent. She looked down on him as any hero would their sidekick. You just need to get stronger, sweetie. No one likes a weakling. So he nodded and trained until his muscles gave out and his vision blurred, fought back tears with a smile, always a smile. After reaching A rank, he turned back to the woman that should have been his mother. Mom, how can I make them love me? And the woman sighed and shook her head, eyes glued to the monitor instead of meeting his gaze. They love you, sweetheart. They applaud you in the street, cheer for you when you fly by. That's not what I mean. They buy all your merchandise, read all your books. That's not. Then what, Chadster? What do you want? The ATR hero stiffened. That's. Mom, that's not my name. The woman turned towards him with a quizzical look. Mom, my name is Chad. I told you. It's Chad. The hero looked at the man who was her son, looked at his weak, trembling lip, stared disappointingly at his shaking shoulders. A rescue signal blinked in one of the northern consonants, stealing what little attention Chad had ever gotten from his own parent. Superior's throwing another fit in the Arctic again. Go stop it before we have another PR disaster on our hands. Yes, ma'am. The woman gave her son a brief smile before returning to the monitors, and off Chad went. He knew what was waiting there before he even arrived, but knowing there was an S-tier hero rampaging was a lot different than seeing an S-tier hero rampaging. Villain? What? S-tier villain? Really, for someone with super hearing, you'd think he'd be a better listener. Chad's blood ran cold, but he forced himself to hold strong. Ah, a villain! I should have known. He adjusted at his chin and squared himself into the most heroic pose he could muster. Luckily, it is I, the Chadster, who will stop you. With a flick of her hand, Superior sent the ATR hero flying into an icy mountainside, cracking into the hardened rock. Chad wheezed, unsure of which cracking sounds were from the ice and stone, and which ones were from their bones. I'm shocked. Usually people die from that sort of blow, the SDR chuckled. I guess that means I get to have a little more fun with you. Chad didn't know how long it had been. Hours? Days? The pain was excruciating. But he'd been taught to endure such pain. In some ways, the pain was almost nostalgic in a way. The former S-tier hero let out a roar of laughter. Nostalgic? Nostalgic! Man, I knew you hero families were messed up, but this is something else. Chad glared up at them. It appeared somewhere in the last few weeks, Superior had gained the ability to read minds. If they were still an ally, this would have been welcome news. But now? Now they definitely needed to be taken down. Taken down by who exactly? They chuckled. By the Chadster. Oh, Chatty boy, you always were good for a laugh. Their smile faded. Not much else, though. Chad felt his body straining apart at the molecular level, bones cracking apart, straining and tearing. Everything slowly unraveling inside him. No, he couldn't die here. He had to stop them. He had to. He had to. Then he saw, out of the corner of his eye, another hero barreling towards them. It was him. He'd come for him, Dad. But the other was too focused on Superior, more intent to try and land blows than get a sense of safety. It was a fair judgment, as the STO was strong enough as it was without having to worry about the risk of a rescue. And what use was a hero who couldn't help themselves anyway? Dead weight. That's what he was. So he dug deep inside to where his healing powers lay and poured all his strength into recovery. If he was lucky, he'd be able to heal enough to hold Superior down while his dad dealt the final blow. Sure, he'd have to be stuck in the midway for a few months to recover, but that'd be worth it, if only the threat could be dealt with. Chadster, what are you doing lazing about? Get up and fight, damn it! Chad winced, one eye open. Dad wasn't serious, right? He knew how hard he was working to heal. He'd been there for his training. He should know as much as anyone how much of a hit he could take before he got back up again. No, it's his job to fight through it. He needs to get up. He's a hero. He needs to get up. Chad raised his head up long enough to see his father get struck out of the sky by one of Superior's blows. He lurched forward, ignoring how his body was screaming against him. Dad! Dad was in danger. He needed to get him to. He needed to get him. He needed to. The STL laughed and laughed. What a wonderful image. Father and son, fighting side by side. My heart is melting. Almost makes me want to be a hero again. Almost. Chad knelt where his father had landed. There was blood, but nothing fatal. They could still do this. Where are the others? He whispered. The STL could read minds, so hearing a whisper before it left his lips is a definite possibility. Still, he had to know. The STL was a cataclysmic threat on a normal day. Why were the two of them assigned for such a major mission? But his dad just shook his head. No one else. Why? Oh, so they didn't tell you? Superior was beside them now. Now I feel bad. You heroes really are stupid. Chad knew not to react. He knew to train his face into a neutral expression that the role demanded of him. Even if his shoulders shook a little, he would stand firm. An image of peace and justice. Peace and justice didn't respond weakly to villainous attempts at rousing anger. It was strong. He was strong. You're weak, the S-tier smiled. You're weak and pathetic. I'm an A-tier hero. Chad lifted his chin to the villain. And I'm an S-tier villain. You never had a chance. They knew it. At least I have a family that loves me, unlike you, Chad stuttered as the villain began laughing again. Is all they do laugh? Oh, Chadster. Do me a favor and give your old man a pat on the back. Chad started. That was a unique request. What exactly were they trying to do? The Chadster never accepts demands from a villain. Oh, shut up and try. Reach out and touch him. Reach out and touch him for me. Don't do it, Chadster, he said, spluttered out. He's trying to. The STS snapped their fingers, causing Chad's body to launch to the side. He flinched, ready to make impact with his father's slumped body, only to find himself landing harder against the icy tundra floor. He blinked up, seeing the image of his dad flicker and fade. What is. I'm sorry, Chadster. This is all for the best. Chad smiled, gaze flitting between hologram and villain. I promised that if a hero could have stood against me in a fight for 48 hours, I would call for my plans to destroy the world. I have to say, Chadster, you're more of a fight than I thought I would have. Those healing powers of yours really had me working hard to try and beat that time limit. He couldn't believe this. He really was just a sacrifice. After all those years, all that training. But the blood, how could. Oh, that? A little punishment for getting in my way. You were reaching your limit a few seconds short on the timer, you see? And I despise cheaters. Superior snapped their fingers and the hologram cried out in pain. But you know, I'm feeling generous enough. I'll see put that the planet goes undestroyed. For now. The villain smirked. I guess I could give you one last reward. I guess I could give one last reward to you, since I'm feeling oh so nice today. Hero, tell me the name of your son, and he gets to walk out of here alive. Chad's heart skidded in his throat. His name. Please, please don't be like Mom, please. Just his name. It could be any name, really. Even if it was the wrong name, he swore he'd would be that name forever, even though it took so much courage for him to come out and choose Chad. It would be fine. He would live under the new name and get bigger and stronger, and they would remember it for sure this time. They would love him this time. Chadster. His name, it's Chadster. Wrong, the villain sang out, and Chad could feel his body tearing apart once again, and his world faded to black. We got little notes here. Notes. Afterwards, Alex went home, washed their hands, and talked to their parents about the day over a homemade meal. Their parents were a little worried about the whole wanting to destroy the world thing more than the I'm a villain now thing, but they were able to come to an agreement that blowing up planets would be saved for other planets, not Earth. Afterward, they watched a fun movie and were off to bed, head swimming with sweet dreams of the days to come. I love, I love the dichotomy of this world. For whatever reason, the fandom world. We don't actually get much in the canon material of this world, but like everyone agrees. Oh yeah, no, the Sterling family are horrendous parents. I mean, no, you do actually get that in canon because the whole Morgan's kidnapped thing. Parents after you ran away from them. Anyway, I love with Alex the villain, like his family, A-tier family. They're all super happy, all happy dandy and all that. And then you have the Sterling, the hero family, and it's like, oh no, we're abusing their children. But you know, what is with that actually? Oh, well. Oh, but yeah, I made a video. Hello. Um, yeah, no, I don't know why I'm posting so many videos tonight. Probably because I know I won't be able to post them tomorrow. Unless I wake up early tomorrow. I might do that. Because I only have to be at my friend's house for like 11ish. If I just wake up early, then I can record videos. But I also might just be tired and be like, videos? Nah, I want to watch TikToks. That's a very likely possibility. Don't get your hopes up. But for now, my son drops. Bye bye.